I really like this IPO a lot, and I'm going to talk about an IPO that I just read about that I am going to invest in. And I'm not telling you what to do, but I can tell you what I'm about to do. So hit the thumbs up, buckle up seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black economics and Black wealth building and investing every single day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day, under one condition. The condition is not that you have to be Black to be here. We don't hate anybody. You can be any race you want to be. But the condition is that we want people from the B1 community. B1 means we're Black first. That means we put our community at the top of our priority list. We solve our problems because nobody else will. We ain't waiting for Superman because we are Superman. And we also understand that we will be number one when it comes to wealth building in our community if we practice repetition. The three keys to managing the subconscious mind, which is the control of pretty much most of what you do, are three areas: trauma, repetition, and symbolism. So we're not going to use symbolism and trauma, but we will use repetition. And every single day, I will repeat to you the importance of Black wealth. And I'm going to talk about this every single day in hopes that one day, after I say it my 88,000th time, everybody will understand what we're talking about here. So if you agree with this concept of being B1, put a hashtag B in the number one in the chat. How you doing, Sean and Troy and Joshua and Alco and Candace? Good to see you. All right, so here's what I want to talk about. There's this IPO for this company called Didi. Didi is I've heard this company as Didi Cha-Ching, and Didi Cha-Ching is a really great company. It's kind of like the Uber of China. And I was reading in the Wall Street Journal about this IPO. Didi shares are going to come out for about $14 a pop. Is that overpriced or underpriced? I still have yet to determine that. But let me tell you why this company make $1 trillion. They're going to be $1 trillion company, very soon. Didi is basically the Uber of China. China is evolving in a lot of extraordinary ways. By the year 2030, 70% of all Chinese people are going to live in one of the cities. And most of those people don't even have cars. So if you go to China, Alicia and I did a 2-week tour of China about 2 years ago. And you guys, give me a yes or no if you remember, if you were hanging out with the crew back then, because I documented a lot of that tour. I documented a ton of the, of what I saw in terms of wealth building and entrepreneurship, because I wanted you guys to see how the Chinese kind of see wealth, how they see powernomics, why they're winning the economic game. And I wanted you to learn from that. So I documented a lot of that. You may remember that. It was back in 2019 before the pandemic. Well, one of the things that I remember also about China is that a lot of the things that we have in America, they don't have in China. Like, they don't allow Facebook and Google and Uber and companies like that to come over and take all their money. They're doing what basically we are talking about here in the B1 community, which is build your own, create your own, make your own money. Don't let people come in your community and take all your money away, right? And so they don't have the same problems that we have. We have problems where a lot of people don't know how to build businesses because they're too busy learning how to work for white people. Or when they build a business, you've got Black people, the Negro naysayers, the people that find a problem for every solution, who destroy Black businesses faster than they destroy white businesses. So go pay attention to how many Black people on the internet who've made it their life mission to target Black businesses and destroy them. And they say nothing about white businesses at all. Nothing about white businesses, but you got all the smoke in the world for Black businesses, right? That's crabs in a barrel. That's what that is. That's a mental illness. Now, with that said, here's why I like Didi Cha-Ching. When I was over there, Didi was basically the Uber that was there. We didn't use Didi, but I've heard of this company. So let me read some of this to you. It says Didi's expected to IPO at $14 a share, which is at the high end of the company's projected range. Their pricing comes just 3 business days after it launched what is called a road show, where you have to go out and show everybody what you're about to launch, and it's all part of the IPO law. It says Didi has been running his road show around the clock. Because of time zone differences, company executives have focused on Didi's scale and potential for continuing growth. The executives have emphasized that 70% of China's population will live in cities by the year 2030, and that few people own cars in those cities, and far fewer than in the US. Didi argues that it is in a position to capitalize on that, from shared mobility in general to its investment in electric vehicles and artificial intelligence. How the IPO prices and trades hinges partly on the company's convincing investors to focus on the potential growth and brush aside the possible political risks around putting money into U.S. listed Chinese companies. That is true. There is a risk because the Chinese government's always a presence. They can always undermine your investment, which they've done. That's why companies like Alibaba are pretty good investments, I believe, because they've been getting sort of harassed by the Chinese government for the last maybe year or so. It will be entering a hot U.S. hot IPO market, but less hospitable for newly listed Chinese companies lately. To help ensure the deal gets done, and one of the reasons the company was able to speed through its roadshow, Diddy lined up roughly one third of its IPO allocation in advance. So they sold a bunch of the shares in advance. Morgan Stanley Investment Management and our so-called anchor investors that plan to buy $1.25 billion worth of the IPO. Diddy decided to price the deal prudently with a lower valuation than initial expectations, said a person familiar with the matter. Some people around the deal had originally floated the possibility of raising 5 to 10 billion. At $14 a share, the IPO would raise about $4 billion. Diddy, which elbowed Uber Technologies out of China, so they pushed Uber out. They got rid of Uber. It's one of the most anticipated Chinese companies to list shares in the U.S. since Alibaba did in 2014. It boasts an Apple Inc. executive as a board member. And pre-IPO investors include Tencent and SoftBank, which is a prominent backer of Uber. Ahead of Diddy's public IPO, rumors about its target valuation swirled. Last week, Diddy revealed it was seeking to sell its American depository shares at a price of $13 to $14 a piece, targeting a market cap of about $62 billion. Some potential investors said it was surprising that Diddy planned to price its IPO just 3 days after starting the roadshow. The average roadshow lasts 8.5 days, so this is a little bit quicker than most, which is kind of I think that's a reason to be a little bit concerned. So there's more. This is an article in the Wall Street Journal. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but what I am gonna say is I just wanted to share my thoughts on this company because I really like Diddy. I really think Diddy is a great. I'm gonna say great. I'm not gonna do that, but I will say I'm gonna invest in this company because I believe that this company is gonna grow like crazy. I think they're not just gonna grow in China. I think eventually they're gonna become greedy and start growing all around the world. So that's one of the reasons why Alicia and I are gonna go ahead and buy maybe buy a decent amount of shares, a decent number of shares, just to have a position in this. So anyway, I don't know. James Lill says your wife doesn't like you. I don't know where that came from, but you don't know me and you don't know my wife, so you better get on out of here, sucker. Anyway, let's see. You enjoying your time in Vegas, Dr. Watkins? Don't spend too much time at the poker table. Yeah, Erica. You know what? I am a good poker player. I love poker. I've been pretty good. I've actually won big tournaments in poker, and I thought about playing, but honestly, poker takes a lot of time when you sit at the table, and I don't like to just sit there for long periods of time. But I do like to play online, and I'm a pretty good poker player. I've won tournaments that had 1,000 people in the tournament, so I'm actually pretty good at it. Where to buy the IPO? You could probably buy it on any app. Like it's going to be a publicly listed company, so. How do you buy pre-IPO? That part's a little bit tougher, but because you have to sort of be connected. But Diddy is the name of the company, and the IPO, I believe it happens in a couple of days, I think. And I'm actually excited because I've heard of this company, and I believe this company is going to scale like crazy. And I really think, I don't know, I feel okay paying $14 a share for this company's stock. I'm not telling you what to do, but it's just my thought. The company's not available for sale yet, but it'll be in a couple of days. All right, guys. If you want free information from the Black Business School and you want something that's going to help your family, feel free to go to firstsharestock.com. The URL's on the screen, and you will get tons of free information from the Black Business School. Now, I want to make sure that, as you see the Black Business School and you're thinking about joining, or if you want to tell other people about it, or you hear other people talk about it, make sure that you just go to the site. You can go there for free. A lot of our students pay very little, if nothing, to learn tons of information from the Black Business School from a lot of leading experts in the Black community. We contract with billionaires, millionaires, high paid, powerhouse attorneys. We partner with lots of real estate experts, people who are experts in hotel investing, estate planning, everything else. Probably, I would probably guess about 100 different Black experts from all different walks of life who've come through the Black Business School. So we're better than pretty much any business school you've ever thought of attending anywhere. So if you're interested in taking a look, you can go for free. Just get started for free. You don't have to pay us anything. Just go to firstsharestock.com. You can sign up for free, and you will learn more from us for free than you would learn in most places, most universities, even when you've paid tons of money. So feel free to take a look at that if you want to get better at investing. I think everybody in our community should be a strong investor. So I'm about to get out of here, guys. Hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button before you go, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.